Welcome back to week 6 of the LCS Summer Split. Coming up, Cloud9 takes on Curse in our second match of the day. But first, I'd like to welcome Team Solomid's top laner and North American All-Star Dyrus to the desk. First off, I'm super jealous of your jacket. Second off, congratulations on the win, Dyrus.
Thank you very much.
So today you decided to bring out Rumble. Does this have anything to do with yesterday?
Well, I've been playing it forever.
Well, obviously.
C9 first picked it, and I got put in a very uncomfortable position. So it's pretty much a tragedy, and probably my worst game. But today, I did a lot better. I can't do much worse, so it was pretty good.
I noticed some things today. Not only was the other team camping your lane with repeated jungle pressure, but also TSM were switching you to the 2v1 every single chance they got. So you were always sort of being thrown under the bus as the punching bag here. Was that the plan from the beginning?
I didn't plan that from the beginning. Otherwise, I would have went utility and gold per 5. But anyways, how it went out was I ended up being in 2v1, which was fine. I had a Doran shield. I set myself up for having as much gold efficiency as possible. So starting with a Doran shield and not buying too many pots where you're going to get dived anyways, save some money. I also copied Balls' setup from his runes and masteries because I also learned yesterday that Yorick gets beat up by Rumble pretty badly, and I was too greedy. But anyways, when I kept swapping, they ended up the first time they tried to dive me, Nintendo was really low, so it didn't work that time. I actually could have killed him if I didn't play so scared. And then the second time they dove me, I actually barely got away. And then the third time there was a 3-man dive top, and my team got Dragon. It's weird how I remember all these times. The next time I died was they're 4-manning mid, 1 person top, and Turtles play pushing bot, 2 people bomb, 2 people middle. We were able to hold the turret middle. They're running top, so I'm like, all right, you know, I'm been the punching bag this game, so I'm just going to run through our jungle through the semi-safe way. There's the full retard way, the medium way, and then the super safe way. If I went the super safe way, I wouldn't have made it to Turtle in time. So Turtle and Reggie are pretty much the hyper carries with Vayne and Ryze this game, so I might as well try and go up and save them in time, get a few kills. Every time I've died, it's been meaningful, except when I got picked off bottom that one time, and it's not too bad.
What's the communication like for you guys when that's happening? Because it was pretty much like 4-4, 8-8, 9-9. So for you guys, the only thing that looks like you're ahead are kind of the items to show you that you're up in money. What's the communication to say, we can keep going, let's take another turret kind of thing?
We think of that after like looking at our team comp and how strong we are. Do we have Baron? Even though it was 8-8, we did have Baron. We have Vayne, Ryze. Ryze literally one-on-one'd Ahri with 3 of his teammates, well, 1-on-3, and he still killed him, and that showed that, wow, we're already this freaking strong. So usually when I die a lot, I go on tilt, but unless I die for a meeting, I usually talk a lot, tell my team to kite a lot, even though I'm dead, and even though I'm like the most useless member on the team currently because of all the deaths and no gold. I just try to do as much as I can and talk a lot. And that's something that's big for our team morale. Because usually when I go on tilt, I'll say nothing and we'll just straight up lose because everyone will be all down in dumps and there's no chance of coming back after that.
Speaking of that, how did you guys come back from yesterday's loss to Cloud9? Did you do anything special, regroup or anything?
Surprisingly, we handled it quite well compared to before. After the game, I kind of raged at Special for a minute because he likes the nitpick, but we talked. And I was still down in the dumps. We had 2 team meetings, and we talked about everything. We had our little circle, like, you know, we told everyone, like, what are you doing wrong? What can we get better at? Instead of all of us having problems with each other and then not telling each other. And we finally got that out of the way. We're going to be a lot more serious for the next 3 weeks. And although this game was pretty sloppy, it was a lot better than before, and our morale was up, and it'll only get better after that, or at least I hope so.
And what was the communication like for this game? Was it kind of Reginald on top making that Baron call? It seemed, from the fans, obviously, it seemed very clean and from our point of view. Was it like that in game for communication?
Yeah, you could see that he was the first one on Baron, and he took down to 25%, so I was like, oh my god. This could turn out really bad. But I knew that since Odd One stopped them from going back, and we were all there. I could just use Rumble to zone out, or I could use Rumble to kill Baron faster. It could have potentially been a steal because Nintendo was very close both times that we got Baron. And for team calls, it's like it's Reggie making most of the calls, and I just been constantly talking. Every time he says something, I repeat it. There's a lot of times when he says something, so like he'll say it once, and no one will hear it. So I just keep on repeating it. I ask, like, I've never talked so much in my life.
Now, something else that we've noticed recently, Skara got a lot of attention for his haircut, and now you come out and done yours. Are you trying to one-up Skara here, or you just needed a change?
I needed a change. Right after that game, I was literally most down in the dumps I've ever been ever since Worlds. Mm-hmm. So Oddone keeps thinking that, or my team they saw me when we had that meeting and they were all sad, and then they saw me and they all started laughing. And I just totally changed the mood, and I guess it was a positive effect. But I wanted to cut my hair because it was always getting my eye. I would always have to move it. Like that affects my play just a little bit. That's not really anything, but my teammates think I look like Flame, so Oddone keeps on doing like, you have to do the Flame thing, Flame on. Like, it's like, and Reggie's like with his theories, like, oh, you had the microwave, you almost burned down our house. This is a foretold prophecy. You are to become the American Flame, and they just keep bothering me about it. But it really lightened up our mood. I feel a lot lighter to be carried, and I just want to forget about the past, learn from my mistakes, and not remember it.
It's all about the little things. Dyrus, thank you very much for the interview. Congratulations on the win, and best of luck in the rest of the summer split. And now it's time for our second match of the day, Cloud9 versus Curse. And yesterday, Cloud9 proved again why they're the best team in the league.